Hey, what's up, Real Leader fam? It's been a while since I posted. I apologize for that. Been busy. Actually started a book and just Thanksgiving, just been really busy. So sorry about that. If you're a paid subscriber and you get frustrated that I don't post enough, just feel free to don't pay. It's okay. I mean, you're going to get the same content. If you're doing it because you want to be a blessing to me, I deeply appreciate that. But I have something I want to share. So I'm excited to preach this weekend. As I'm recording this, it's Wednesday and the 11th, and I'm preaching this weekend and came across this passage that I'm super stoked to preach. But it really uncovered a concept of leadership too. So the Israelites, one of the nations that they continually faced was the Amalekites. I'm going to teach a little bit about the Amalekites and what they represent this weekend, but it kind of uncovered a leadership truth that I want to encourage you with for just a few minutes here. So where am I at? Deuteronomy 25, verse 17, it says, "Never forget what the Amalekites did to you as you came out of Egypt." Then it says this, "They attacked you when you were exhausted and weary, and they struck down those who were straggling behind." So it presents this idea that the Amalekites, which I'm going to preach a lot of stuff about the Amalekites. Amalek was the grandson of Esau, so we kind of see the seeds from which the Amalekites came out of bitterness and frustration. But I find it interesting that the time that the Amalekites chose to attack was when the Israelites were weak and exhausted, weary and exhausted. Then over in Exodus 17, it talks about the Amalekites again, and you guys will, many of you will know this story. It says that while the people of Israel were still in Rephidim, the warriors of Amalek attacked. So Rephidim was actually a place. If you look up the word Rephidim, the city of Rephidim or the area of Rephidim, it actually is translated to mean a place of rest, which is interesting to me that the enemy would choose to attack you in a place of rest. There's another definition of Rephidim that means the place of the valley. And so you can be coming off a high, you can be coming off of a victory. Maybe you're just coming off of a really, really busy season, right? Many of us as leaders, we come out of busy seasons and we're resting, and that's good. It's good to rest. And I just find it fascinating that over in Deuteronomy, it says that the Amalekites attacked. They have a tendency to attack when you're weary and exhausted. And it also says they attack the stragglers. So there's the group, right? There's the big group of the Israelites, the 1 million plus people that were traveling along, and the stragglers, the ones that got away from community, the ones that isolated themselves. And that's all great. And there's a lot of great leadership principles there in and of themselves, ones you've heard. But I love further down in this passage in Exodus, it says, Moses told Joshua, "Hey, choose some men, let's go out and fight the Amalekites." So let's fight off this thing that comes to attack us when we're weak and when we're weary. And we know this story. Joshua is down fighting. Moses is up, climbed to the top of the hill nearby. And the Bible says that as long as his hands were raised, they were winning the fight. And when his hands would lower, they would come around him. Aaron and Hur would come around him, hold his arms up. And as long as his arms were up, they were winning. I'm sure there's some great stuff in there too for leadership. Have people around you to lift you up, yada, yada, yada. What I want to get to is where it says, after the victory, the Lord instructed Moses to write this down. Oh my gosh, I have to sneeze. Hold on. You get the raw stuff, man. Usually I would edit that out and try not to sneeze. Okay. Moses built an altar there and named it Yahweh Nisi, which we know is Jehovah Nisi. Oh my gosh, something's in my nose. And it literally means the Lord is my banner. The Lord is my banner. And I immediately started thinking about what a banner represents in battle. And this is the leadership talk that I wanted to get you to. I kind of took the long way to get to it. If I can not sneeze. Oh my gosh. What did a banner represent on the battlefield? On the battlefield, a banner represented several things. A banner represented a place to rally, right? for us all to come back. Because what happens, and this happens in our organizations, when we're in battle, when we're doing what we do in our organizations, we may start the battle together, but what happens is people end up going off and fighting battles. Hopefully they're not fighting people. And so what happens on the battlefield is over the course of the battle, things get divided, right? You end up fighting over there, I'm fighting over here because the enemy's coming from all sides. And sometimes they would lift up this banner and blow a trumpet to rally. Hey, we got to get back together. We got to bring unity here. And that's our job as leaders, to create atmospheres of rally, to be able to lift a banner, to be able to give a cause. What does that mean to us? It means, like, what are we doing? What are we fighting for? And if we're not giving vision and purpose to our teams on what battle we're all supposed to be fighting together, then everyone's going to go off and fight their own battles. They're going to go off and create their own vision. So I love that. I love that thought. And then the banner was also kind of giving everybody a snippet of what my sermon's going to kind of be about this weekend. But the banner was also a symbol of identity. It's like, hey, this is who we are. This is who we are. This is what we're about. And when they would lift up a banner, they would be under that banner, which means this is the team I'm on. And that can mean a lot of things spiritually, but leadership-wise, we have to raise the banner as leaders to say, this is who we are. This is what we do. These are our core values. This is our mission. This is what we're here on earth to accomplish. And we have to lift that banner high. And if we don't lift a banner, someone else will. If we're not giving that cause, giving that identity of our culture and our values, if you're not telling them our values, someone else will. So I love that thought. And last but not least, these banners were a sign of victory too. So just a quick thought. I just wanted to stop and pause. One, I knew it had been a while since I said anything, but I just had a heart for you guys when I was processing this. And one, if you're weary, I'm going to preach a sermon called The Spirit of Amalek. And I see all through the Old Testament, every time the Amalekites would come to attack, there's a really similar pattern to what they would do. They would attack when people were weary, when they were exhausted. And so how do we fight off this enemy, right? If the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy, then we should know his schemes. So anyways, leadership-wise, I encourage you to continually lift your banner high. Continually lift your banner high. Who are we? What is our identity? What is our rally cry? Maybe this week, next week, get your team something to rally around. Let's finish the year strong. Let's hit certain targets by the end of the year. Whatever it is, it's your job to raise the banner. It's your job to get everyone that's splintered off doing their own thing and rally them back by raising a banner high in that identity aspect. Okay? Alrighty. I think that's all I have to say. I'd love to hear your comments. I read every single comment. I comment on every single comment. So, yeah. Hope you guys are doing great. Have a great day. We'll talk soon.